Can't wait for my new motherboard to come in. All right. So, just got the rights to discoverwii.com. Probably won't amount to much, but I hope it does. Because this game deserves more. Oh, there's a truck nearby. Okay. Let's get the truck. There it is. I see it. Let's check the map. Oh, smartphone nearby. Handy. Just did that. Just did that. Oh, number 4. I still have to do. Oh no, we'll do the phone first. From Wiggins to Xander Scott, some concerns. I know they haven't been here long and I don't know how the company works, but this is insane. But more importantly, this is dangerous. We normally get 16 months to test the product. 10 weeks is scientific suicide. I know Ariana feels the same way. I'm sorry, but I can't morally support this with a good conscience. Z. Scott. I wonder how the company works. Lose the good conscience so you won't mind these things. Ha 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 ha. But no, seriously, shut up and get back to work. We have less than 10 weeks. P.S. Everything will be fine. Fizco never makes mistakes. Yeah, hubris! Oh, there's a survivor. That way. They're probably going to be dead by the time I get there.
To be rescued.
Hey there, guys. How's it going?
Thank you.
What happened to the robot?
Oh man, I thought we were dead.
It was really gonna kill us.
It was, but Robot's gone now. Feel good about your life and get the fuck out of here before something else kills you. Learn some combat skills too. That'll probably help. Oh, I didn't finish off that last one. How does so many overdose fit in that fucking dumpster? Come here, Smeagol.
Looking underscore Mason. Said. Time back.
Welcome back, just in time.
Looking underscore Mason. Said. MMM.
The
Coffee.
delicious black liquid. I think I'm doing that. Yes, okay. Going there. My stream crashed in the meantime. It's been doing that a lot. While I'm using my girlfriend's system to stream. But
Visco drone audio priority check engaged. Calculating. If survivors equals true, evidence equals true. If evidence equals true, Visco financial safety equals false. Extrapolating. If Visco robot equals unemployed, future happiness divides by 0. Result. Continue killing survivors.
technically result would be infinity, but, you know.
Keep it going.
Got into an argument with my my high school calculus professor over that. Saying you can't divide by 0, and I went, of course you can.
Looking underscore Mason. Said. Organ ball.
Nan. You can't divide by 0, and I went, of course you can. Like, you divide by 0, you get infinity. And he went, that doesn't make any sense. So what, if you divide 2 by 0, you get double infinity? And I go, yeah? And he goes, that's fucking stupid. Well, guess what? When I get into, like, actual calculus in college, that's the way it works. I think that's kind of like the basis for quantum mechanics, too.
Looking underscore Mason. Said. I watched them at ball. Looking underscore Mason. Said. I can barely see an algebra even I know. Had multiple infinities.
More than algebra, and even I know that you can have multiple. I mean, like, it makes sense. Like, infinity is still a value. It's everything, but you can have double everything. It's the same as, like, multiverse theory. Sounds silly, but it makes sense. It's the same thing with, like, the argument that says, you know, you can't travel faster than the speed of light. Yes, like, to most mathematical models, you cannot. This is true, but if you take every portion of time and you split it down to its smallest moment, and you have a fourth of a step and a fourth of the time and a fourth of that and a fourth of that and blah, 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 you get down to, like, the smallest measurement of time and, like, the width of an atom, but it still moves. That's still changing reality through will, as opposed to just things continuing on a set path. It sounds silly, but there are parts of quantum mechanics that say, like, yes, because of this, 1 plus 1 equals 4, essentially. There's so many things that it's like, they shouldn't exist, and yet they do. Like, what the fuck is it called? There's that one thing that if you toss boiling water into sub-zero temperatures, it actually freezes faster than if you... Well, going faster than light, like, there are two ways to go faster than light. One of them is,
said. You just have to shrink space ahead of you and expand it behind two walls.
Yes, actually, you're right, and that is not as difficult as you'd think. Going faster than light, there are two ways that, like, you know, well, there's the, like I just talked about, the thing that's a mathematical equation, but then there's, like, you know, it's like
said. Unfortunately, that requires negative math, and we don't know how to do that yet at all.
Yes and no. Like, we're getting there. Okay, so the thing that I just described is it's a mathematical improbability, but it's still like a viable thing. It's like arguing semantics. I was talking with a friend, and I don't think he's actually a flat earther. I think he wants to believe because he wants something to be different. But there are some points he brought up, and as I'm talking and explaining things, he keeps saying, you know, but gravity's not actually a thing. And I go, yes, but, and I keep talking, he goes, but gravity's actually not a thing. And eventually I said, okay, fuck the semantics. You can call it gravity, you can call it thermal distortion, you can call it entropy, whatever name you want. If you hold something and you drop it, it fucking falls. The name is irrelevant. That's the way it works. And he went, okay, fair enough. You can argue semantics all day. That's bullshit. Practical results is what matters. And yes, the math says, which in this case is also semantics, if you get down to the finest minuscule, by taking a single step, you're breaking the laws of physics. But in practicality, you're not. On the other hand, there are two ways to break the speed of light. One is if you have a wormhole to go from here to here, but you're literally moving 1 foot to go, you know.
Said, tell you, well.
A wormhole is a way to do it, but it's a spatial distortion. That's kind of iffy. How much it counts as far as breaking the speed of light is arguable. Now, on the flip side, as we've been playing with the Large Hadron Collider, we're getting closer to isolating what we know as gravitons. Now, maybe gravitons are a thing, maybe they're not. Maybe they are, as I was saying earlier, a distortion of space due to entropy and mass. We're not quite sure yet. We'll figure that out. But if we can isolate gravitons, the thing is, we might be able to generate graviton bursts. And if we can... Fuck me. If we can generate... if we can isolate graviton bursts, we can make micro black holes. This sounds really scary.
Said, well, that, and we don't know that wormholes exist yet. We know they could in the math, but haven't found any evidence they're out there yet.
Iffy. There's a big theory that says that black holes, like at the very, very outer edge of the known universe, you have these... Are they quasars? I forget what they're called. There's these things like stars, but they put out so much more light and energy and mass than they're supposed to. But they're in the very, very edges. We don't understand why. And there's so much stuff that gets sucked into a black hole and just disappears or gets spat out in certain directions. And it doesn't add up. Like, black holes become critical after a certain point, but after that they don't really grow. They do a little bit, but not much more, even though they should be, since they're absorbing all this matter and energy. So the theory is the black holes are actually tunnels to the quasars at the very edge of the universe that then spit out all the light and energy that the black holes have absorbed. This is still theory, though. Thing is, if you look at the very earliest modes of transportation, like now we have propulsion, whether it be jet engines or motors, and that is force pushes. But if you look at a horse and a cart, force pulls. And if you can isolate gravitons and create micro black holes in front of, say, a ship, or even electromagnetic bursts in a concentrated spot, if there's iron in the ship, it will pull it towards it, and it's a carrot and stick sort of thing. You're here, You create a burst that pulls you here, and now you create another burst which pulls you here, and you just continue to accelerate in front of yourself as you generate these things. We're ways off from isolating that, but if we can, that'll work, especially if it's gravitons, because the thing is, black holes warp the space around them. By doing that, they affect the way that physics perform and how energy, mass, and the speed of light are measured. Anything going into a black hole travels faster than it would be, but slows down simultaneously, which is why you get the spaghetti effect. Anything going into a black hole gets stretched out infinitely because it's supposed to be torn apart. But that's also a matter of perspective. It might be in our perception getting torn apart and sucked in like molecule by molecule, but from its perspective it's still just falling. If this is true and you have micro black hole bursts in front of a ship, you can use that to accelerate the ship past the speed of light, because you're not trying to throw stuff out past the speed of light. You're just making it fall faster and faster, and as you do this, you manipulate the space in front of it to distort around the vessel, if that makes any sense. We'll need to isolate gravitons first, but if we can do that, and do it reliably with a power source, and that's the big kicker here, a power source, because it's going to take a lot of fucking energy, you will potentially have faster than light travel. Real time. I mean, realistically, wormholes and quantum gates and all that is a better way to go, because then you just have point to point, but, you know, if you're just going to have somebody out with a thruster.
Said, I love the theory that the information absorbed by black holes could potentially be reconstructed via the CMB or something like that. I forget the details exactly.
CMB, please, I'm not familiar with that. Extrapolate, describe.
Looking unluminescent. Said, cosmic background radiation. I used the WR dong letters lol.
Oh, no, you're good, yeah, no, there's actually I didn't want to go down that tangent until you specified, but there's a,
Looking _mescent. Said, or cosmic microwave background.
Same difference. There's
Looking _mescent. Said, two names for the same thing as I understand it.
There's a theory called the, it's like the, universal, like a, television through time and space. And it basically says that if we collect enough information about light and radio waves that are coming towards us from the Big Bang background radiation versus everything around us, we can use that to extrapolate everything else and essentially create a broadcast signal that can allow us to view any space in time that has already occurred. And if this is done properly, we can use it to extrapolate anything from the dawn of man to the creation of the wheel to you name it. I don't know if that's the same thing, but it sounds very similar. next? Oh, phone. Good. There it is. Twitter feed Shelly Kane at Girls Just Wanna Have Gun. Front desk at Fizco. Lover, Dreamer, Doer, Fighter, 2. Roar! Winky face. Hashtag KCCO. Hashtag Buck National for life. The moved me to front desk at work. Hashtag moving on down lol. Some guys from the FDA came through. Anyone know what FDA stands for? Triple question mark. I looked up. Sounds boring. Hashtag kill me. Hashtag and them. Hashtag but not me. FDA guys leaving now. They got new briefcases. Classy. Cat winky face. Hashtag rar. Hashtag classy. Hashtag sashy. Sachet. Boss telling me to stop tweeting about work. Lol. K. Hashtag.
Look and _Macent. Said. Crazy stuff. And yeah, that sounds similar to what I was talking about, though what I read was specifically regarding black holes as being sort of batteries for information. Effectively storing everything they have turned into spaghetti. Look and _Macent. Said. I wanna say it was a paper by Hawking actually.
I mean, to a certain extent, that makes sense. It's the same way that you can look through, ice cores or I'm sorry, I'm drunk. Geological sediment to see how certain things were affected. The way that, like, they've now determined that the South American, not Amazon. Maya? Fuck. Again, drunk. Sorry. One of those cultures, due to lake sediment, they have finally determined that the reason they went extinct, they might not have actually died out, just moved on, was because of drought. The lake sediment suggests that there was very little rainfall, and whether they starved or went somewhere else because crops weren't growing is unclear, but whoever these Mesoamerican peoples were, the reason they disappeared was because they couldn't fucking grow food. Stuff like that. It's not like a full catalog of everything, but it is a snapshot of what was going on.
Said https://www.bbc.com/news/science-environment 34,062,839. Here it is.
I will look into that later if you don't mind. I don't want... Well, I'm going to stop again because I need another refill and to pee. But for me to read through or listen to that might take a while. But I will do that.
Said, though not at all.
Okay, okay. No, I'm interested.
Look and _Macent. Said, just thought I'd toss you the link.
I appreciate it. A lot of this stuff really interests me. I try to keep looking forward at the big picture. There are certain things like, if you look into quantum computers right now, the hardware itself isn't that expensive. The processors are relatively simple. The issue is keeping them in working condition. Quantum compute... Alcohol. Quantum computers can solve a lot of big problems. However...
Look and _Macent. Said, yay beer.
Beer! Nah! This is fucking Black Velvet and Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Beer can go suck a dick. I'm drinking something that's like 20%. No, it's not that high. It's going to be closer to...
Looking underscore Macent said, ha 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 equals D.
No, it might be 20%. 15 maybe. Yeah, probably 15. Anyway, there's a lot of things I look at. Well, like I was saying, quantum computers. They can do a lot. They can solve a lot of problems. But the cost is not in the hardware itself, not the CPUs, not the RAM. The cost is in the sustaining equipment. A quantum computer is so fragile. It has to be kept under shielded folds of metal, and because even just background radiation from the universe can throw off its RAM, and any heat will interfere with its CPU. So it needs to have a constant liquid nitrogen system keeping it cool at near zero. That's the big cost right now to run these things. The hardware itself, not a big deal. It isn't that much more expensive than like a server CPU. The problem is keeping the surrounding environment habitable enough for it to keep running and not having errors. This is expensive.
Looking underscore Macent said, this is the most interesting quote in the article. For me, Hawking has been working with Cambridge colleague Prophet Malcolm Perry and Harvard professor Andrew Strohmeyer on the problem. They believe that information at the event horizon is transformed into a 2D hologram, a phenomenon known as a supertranslation. The idea is the supertranslations are a hologram of the ongoing particles, Hawking explained. Thus, they contain all the information that would otherwise be lost.
That is interesting. I do like that. And it makes sense because it's like real-time sediment. When you compress any matter or even light at that much gravity, it layers it on one by one. But then you still need to go in there to read it. And it's going to pull anything apart. So the only way you could do that is if you blow up the black hole and read it as it comes out. I mean, I would say you could send radio waves in there to scan everything.
Looking underscore Macent said, yeah, it's crazy stuff, but also interesting.
Yeah. Assuming it's not the wormhole theory with the quasars. But I like it. I like it. That's really interesting.
Looking underscore Macent said, or maybe it's both.
Well, I mean, it would kind of be both, because like you have everything that streams in, then layers flat, and then it slowly...
Looking underscore Macent said, maybe the quasars are how we extract the information without destroying the black hole.
That would be exactly it. Like, everything like gets pulled in layer by layer, molecule by molecule. Once they hit the surface, they flatten out, and they slowly sink in, and then as the black holes absorb the center of it, which is where they're pulled to the quasars, it's still layered out. But once it actually hits the center, it gets transported to the quasar, where it gets splayed out layer by layer. And you have this funny dichotomy. Oh, God damn it. What was I watching the other day? It was really enlightening. It was something about atomic structure and theory that... It had something to do with energy and quantum mechanics. Again, sorry. Drunk. I lost it. It was
Looking underscore nascent. Said, you're drunk. I'm high. All good.
okay.
Said,
Uh,
well,
I keep my head on straight when I'm pretty plastered, but sometimes I have problems pulling up words or certain concepts, and this is one of them, which frustrates me. I don't like being there, honestly, but there was something relating to that. I can pull it out if I really try, but it's going to take so long, it'll get boring, so I won't do that. But there's something there relating to the relation between the matter and antimatter, and the relation between protons and neutrons. And the way that energy breaks down, because when you split an atom, it turns into energy and the atom is gone. But there are certain, especially in antimatter particles, if you recombine enough energy, it actually becomes matter again. I think that's what it is. That's one of the reasons why there's so little antimatter in the universe, like 5%, but there's so much actual matter. Regular matter has an advantage because that's the sort of default state, and when matter and antimatter meet each other, they explode and create raw energy, which can still recombine, but most of the time they become what we know as standard matter instead of antimatter. But still, if you could read those energy waves.
Said, so a potential solution to the problem of why we can't detect dark matter.
No, that's different. Dark matter, we can't detect it because we just don't know what it is. It could be something like our periodic table goes from 1 to whatever the highest number is now. And dark matter could be radioactive elements that are like way beyond what we have discovered. There might not be anything like antimatter hydrogen should still give off the same like electromagnetic signature as regular hydrogen. It shouldn't be any different. We should still see it the same. Dark matter doesn't show up on any of the scans we have, which suggests that it is matter beyond anything we have in the periodic table. Now, the periodic table is relatively progressive. We can say we've, discovered all this and then we synthesized all this. So dark matter should be beyond that. And the big question there becomes, if you have things that are so dense and so radioactive, how did they become formed that way if they aren't at the literal center of the galaxy because the gravity is not that high? I digress. I really need to pee. I'm going to get a refill. I'll be back in a few minutes, but I'm having fun with this conversation. I'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. Let's see here. What have we got? You know, Lacan, you've been around enough. I know you're not just like fucking with me and trolling. If you actually want to just talk, I'll drop you a link to my Discord and we can just chat there. So you don't need to deal with text delay or anything like that.
Lookin_Mosent said, sure, though, in fairness, I'm rarely on Discord.
Well, I mean, like, practically, I'm almost non-existent when it comes to that.
Lookin_Mosent said, but I'll take the link in case I decide to hop on while you're streaming.
I normally just have it connected to my phone for announcements or to connect with friends. Oh, fuck. Hold on just one moment. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not on Discord much myself. I'm connected there primarily to get announcements or relay news to my D&D group, which is something I will be streaming here once my motherboard is replaced and we get our group schedule back in line.
Engineer_Diesel said, https://discord.gg/southeast twitch _Mosent said, I mainly use Discord for voice chat when I play games with other folks.
No, you and I are in the same boat. That's like my primary thing is voice chat for gaming. If you want to discuss anything we're talking about here, then just drop into the general VC and we'll continue. Otherwise, I will continue to talk to you in text chat. I'm still going to have to pause the game for certain points when I have to think hard because I'm, again, drunk. But, you know, that's...
Hey, I just got in some new products. Buy me and we'll make a deal.
Thanks to ads, I don't really care. Oh, I haven't done that one yet. Okay, that's a new target. Anyway, what I was saying about quantum computers is...
Said, I'm actually gonna get going soon here. Gonna go for my morning walk and then nap before work since I have to close tonight.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Said, but I'll definitely take you up on that offer another night for sure.
But as far as quantum computers go, I was talking with a friend, and I said quite literally space is the future. Because in space, because everything is so cold, you can run quantum computers without needing all this extra cooling. You just have some solar shielding and you're good to go.
Rings, I'm a giver.
Come on! Okay.
Look and underscore said, I thought space had to be keeping things cool because there's no good way to radiate heat.
Well, that's what you'd think, but a lot of things in space, they just freeze. The way that, I mean, like, as soon as liquid leaves a spacecraft, it immediately crystallizes, unless it's in direct sunlight, and then it boils. Space is really weird. The boiling point, though, is not necessarily because it's hot. It's because it doesn't have any pressure. So it can shift between, like, freezing and boiling on a whim. It's a sublimation effect. And there's another thing with what's called quantum lock. If you take certain superconducting elements, put them over magnets, but if they have lines of conductors in them, impurities, you can push it into the magnetic field, and then it will traverse that magnetic field as long as it's cold. Which would be another thing that would allow transport with very little energy, because if you have it shielded from sunlight, you're good to go. It'll just stay freezing. I don't know if you're I don't think it's come up, but
Underscore Nathan said, yeah, I've seen videos showcasing that it's and it's amazing.
I don't know if you're a what most would call a weeaboo. I find the phrase kind of offensive, but an anime fan, one of my favorites is Martian Successor Nadesco, and they have this thing called the phase transition engine. Like the series was way above its time, talking about Higgs bosons and all this stuff before it became popular, like theoretical physics out the wazoo. It is like, watch this thing because it's eye-opening. But they have what they call the phase transition engine, which can only be used in space. And they start talking about, like, the potential energy of water from different heights and phases and freezing and boiling. And it makes total sense because, again, in space, in a vacuum, you can go from freezing to boiling in an instant. It's called sublimation. Doesn't work on Earth. Doesn't work under gravity, but when you're in a vacuum with a low gravity environment, you can take something that is literally like frozen water and turn it into gas and use it to turn turbines and shift it from one side to the other of a spaceship, and you literally have a steam-powered spaceship based on solar-powered energy. All this back in the mid-90s. Like, this thing was so ahead of its time.
Said, oh man, I'll have to check that out. I've heard the name but never seen the anime. I actually used to be into anime but not as much these days, mainly because I haven't bothered to sign up for Crunchyroll yet.
Yeah, well, you don't have to sign up for Crunchyroll. You can use it for free if you want to watch ads.
Looking underscore said, also it's cool that it's a thing because I was totally just thinking that the lack of pressure in space would make steam engines strangely efficient.
Where's the last one? Fuck. Totally just thinking lack of pressure in space would make steam engines strangely fit. Yeah, no. Like, they don't specifically say that, but they start getting towards... because when you talk about phase transition, that means going from solid to liquid or liquid to gas. And they touch on it briefly. That's one of the things they talk about the least, honestly. The Higgs boson is one of the things they focus on a lot more for reasons I won't talk about because that will ruin the series. It also has... most anime has a, like, mid-season recap where anybody who's new can watch it to get, like, introduced to what's going on. They have that, but they do it in the best way possible. In a way that's almost a fourth wall break. I would almost call it a double wall break. The anime itself references...
underscore Mason said, that 16 walls, oh.
Social Samurai!
Social Samurai. With 0 viewers. How great.
Fucking hello! Welcome to Stop By! 0 viewers,
Social
I don't care. It's
Samurai.
nice to have you here!
Is me.
So, in the anime, they have an anime. Nadesco has an anime in itself called Geki Gengar 3. But the mid-season recap is an episode of Geki Gengar 3 that features Nadesco. Like, it's a meta reversal type thing. It is... Most mid-season recaps are boring, but this one was astounding, entertaining, and fun. Social Samurai, how are you doing this evening? How's things going? We've been talking about theoretical physics this evening, being drunk and high.
Social Samurai said, I be chillin'.
Gold. Okay. Cool. Nice to hear. Oh, Survivor.
Looking
Okay.
underscore Mason said, well, I mean, who doesn't like to get right and talk about quantum mechanics?
More than you'd expect.
My hero. I bet you get that a lot.
I do, but, you know, still appreciated. I just want to save the people who don't care about the money, honestly, because money's kind of useless. Overcharge is better, but, you know, take what I can get.
Social Samurai said, raised egg, curl please.
Yeah, straightish per... I like that. I like that.
Social Samurai said, I mean, it's true.
Unless it's John Cena. Like, he seems like a pretty cool dude. I think he might get down with that.
Social Samurai said, I don't know if he's straight edge.
That's true. I don't either.
Said, I don't think he is knowledgeable.
Yeah, no, he seems like a cool dude. He may be into.
I feel like Napoleon would be down.
I'm not that in tune with the.
In fact, I'd choose him as a candidate for getting high and talking about quantum physics.
I know very little about I know very little about pro wrestling, so I can't give a perspective on them. Well, he might just enjoy the booze, you know, a beer here and there, but still.
Nicole is the guy who used to get thrown off the Hell in Cell every 5 minutes by the Undertaker. Looking understimation. Said in 1995.
Still.
Said, I'm not in the industry, but I met a few indie wrestlers in my time.
I'm not familiar with the crew. It's was never really into wrestling. It was a little too goofy for me. I tried, I did, but I can handle over the top if it's kind of in a facetious or even like a self-referential sort of way, but it always just seemed like too hard to be.
Pro wrestling isn't something to take 100% seriously.
100% no. I wouldn't even say 25%. Like it was just, it was too hard for me to absorb. I don't know how else to put it.
Looking underscore said, so you'd love Napoleon. He used to have a sock in his pants that he'd pull out, put on his hand, and then stuff in his opponent's mouths. Which of course was hilarious and goofy. Looking underscore said, name Socko.
That's entertaining. I'll give that credit. I have a friend who played a D&D character that was a mentally handicapped barbarian that had an ally.
Said, Orange Cassidy is my current favorite.
This guy had a psycho, I don't know what the definition would be, barbarian that carried around a bag of dirt that he called Dirtbag. That was literally his best friend, and it would be like, hey, Dirtbag, introduce yourself, and the party would go, and then he'd be like, don't be rude, say hi to Dirtbag, and they'd be like, hi, Dirtbag, and then he would pick up the Dirtbag and go, hello.
Social dad right. Said, he's a wrestler who doesn't like wrestling. He gets through matches with as little effort as possible. Looking underscore said, tell yourself, social dad right. Said, all at your bed.
Yeah, and then eventually this fucker, like, he gets leveled up to the point that Dirtbag becomes like his spirit animal.
But seriously, his matches are amazing. He's basically a deconstruction of pro wrestling.
That sounds nice. I dig that. Xander Scott to Ariana Cinder. Listen, can you pick up with the molecular stabilization test when you get in? We got complications while the rabbit is bashing his head against the glass. Kind of disturbing, but whatevs. Just double check for me. Thanks. I guess to date, that's still his most popular characters. Barbarian and Dirtbag.
Social samurai said, the best part is the crowds all go along with it. He'll gently touch a wrestler on the shoulder instead of punch them, and the audience just goes insane. Looking underscore said, I actually haven't watched wrestling in a long time. Social samurai said, Meanwhile, his opponent is completely confused. Looking underspermescent. Said, I got out in the early 2000s.
I used to care about MMA when it was more like... Oh, there's a sign. Okay, let's get that first. MMA was cool when it was more... how to put it? Unindustrialized? But then it started becoming popular, and then it was just like another WWE.
I like MMA back in the day, but it's turning into a weird boxing / pro wrestling hybrid. It's too sterile now.
Yeah. Like before, MMA was like full-on mixed martial arts, whatever goes. There was this dude. There were a couple of guys. Like I didn't get to watch it much, but a couple of my friends like turned me onto it. And there's this one guy. He just has this massive right arm, and it's like his fighting technique is punching and Irish bar fighting, and I don't remember what the dude's name was, but like all he would do was throw punches and take hits to the face, and it was just pure endurance match. Like, well, hope I can knock you out with one hit before you send me to the floor. Like, that's crazy, but it's fantastic. And then this other dude who's, he's just like this muscle-bound Goliath, and disciplines were wrestling and Greco-Roman wrestling, and grab the other guy and turn him into a pretzel and say, submit, and the guy goes, no, they just, turns him around tighter, submit, until he can't speak. And then the one dude who ran along the wall of the octagon and delivered the ninja kick across the face. Like, it used to be wild. It was fantastic, but now it's just become mediocre. It's like the new WWE.
Social Admirite said, old school Vale Judo, Pride FC stuff. Mirko Filipovic was my father.
I don't know half of what you're saying there. I'm sorry. I'll leave the audio on, but give me a second. I need to open a window.
Looking underspermescent. Said, on that note, time for me to get my walk on. It was Overdrive.
thanks for hanging out, Lacan. Hope to talk to you soon. And hope I wasn't boring. But yeah, Veil Tudo Pride FC. I'm not familiar with that. I caught very little, to be honest. It was just certain things here and there, honestly. Oh my goodness. Oh. Suddenly the booze is hitting me hard and fast. Holy fuck. Let's add some soda, weaken that drink. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Okay.
Coming for you, Cisco!
Said, never liked these questions.
No. I would like it better if I could steer with a mouse, but I'm not too upset about it. You need an air vent to refuel. They don't have any around here, do they? Oh, so close! I just want gold so I can get that overcharge and that bonus. Ugh. But you know what, that's fine, that's fine. I'll just make sure I don't hit anything. Because if I do that, I don't need any more health. And just destroy as much shit as possible. It doesn't matter, it's total punk mentality. Just like, fuck the world, you're gonna die, wreck everything. quite literally punk mentality. Didn't even reach the time frame. But I blew enough shit up to get gold, so who gives a fuck? No ammo? Okay, cool.
Okay, I lied. I have a bunch of... Let me out and I'll show you where it is.
Wonder what Two-Hat Jack has for me. Probably something useful.
She's been fun, but I think after this I'm going back to my original character because
Here, you earned it.
her lines aren't that different from the main protagonist from any other. Oh no! No, 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 no. Oh. I'm frustrated. Okay. I'm not getting it. Restart. We can do this. We can do this. No! Fuck. Fuck me. Ah! God damn it. God damn it. That's it. Smoke break time. Fuck this fucking bullshit.
Wonder what Two-Hat Jack has for me. Probably something.
Bam, bam, bam. Wish I could just grind in circles here because this is fucking funny.
Can't stop me now. I'm just being a dickhole at this point. But I made it. That's what I have to say to the game. I'm really drunk. I'm really drunk. 4 in the morning. I'm gonna have some more jerky, a little drinky drink, another smoke. And then come back in a few minutes, maybe even with more snacks. I can't emphasize how drunk I am. And that's the thing that's funny about this. That's what makes it hilarious. I don't know whether it's a insult or a compliment, because I'm so wasted. It makes it hard for me to even think and respond, and yet I'm completing challenges. Well, BRB. And now I am thoroughly intoxicated to the point that I am questioning some of my actions. Thoughts I had, I will not perform, but maybe. Just maybe. If you keep an eye on my Twitter, there might be something soon here. That said, let's continue.
That Herker looks bored. I should kill it.
Oh my god. I shouldn't be streaming right now. I am such a mess. Good lord. Fucking shit. Hold on.
drool, and gamers jump through rings.
I am a mess. Damn it. More hydration we require. For fuck's sake. I'm almost ashamed to stream this.
No! Fucking why? Awful, but I did it. Okay, cool. We're gonna do better, and I'm gonna go the fuck to bed, because... Or maybe I won't. Maybe the water will sober me up. I doubt it, but we'll see. I can do this thing. I know I can do this thing.
So much better than being at work right now.
I say as I skip the first hoop.
What did I just say?
Haven't gotten a new weapon in a while. Maybe I should visit Two Hat Jack.
Did that one. Have not done that one. Okay. Sorry. Wait, what? Oh, no, that was OD, it wasn't a camera. Alright, Buck. Let's see what you got for me, Buck.
Another episode of Bug National versus the Apocalypse.
America.
Today's episode, we got a surprise for you. Later on in the show, we're gonna try some down-home cooking. For now, let's get killing. Pound them to a pulp. Right to kill. Find those spawners and show 'em who's boss. Hop around like a Jersey wolf. Hang on those wires and open fire. Oh, hell. Muggers. Think you're the one being hunted now.
Where the fuck is he?
Just find them and do what you do. You'll be paid back in time. My audience has very discriminating tastes, so you gotta do exactly as I say.
I get it, Buck.
Okay, those bad guys need a good one. Now let's show 'em how to shoot and ride. Find those spawners and show 'em who's boss.
good, but not great. More pasta.
On today's episode, we got a surprise for you. Later on in the show, we're gonna try some down-home cooking. But for now, let's get killing. Pound them to a pulp. Just find them and do what you do. You'll be paid back in kind. My audience has very discriminating tastes, so you gotta do exactly as I say. Okay, now, those bad guys need a good one. Now, let's show them how to shoot and grind. Find those spawners and show them who's boss. Around like a Jersey woolly. Hang on those wires and open fire. Oh hell, muggers. I think you're the one being hunted now.
Good enough. Good enough.
Haven't gotten a new weapon in a while. Maybe I should visit Two Hat Jack.
Listen here, shit biscuit. Don't got time for this garbage. I'm fucking drunk and just did Buck National, so you know what? I don't give a shit. Am I getting a little too crazy? Am I too over the... Where did all these fuckers come from? I thought there was nothing on the street. Like, literally, where did they come from? I'm suddenly really nauseous. Like, this ain't cool. Fucking do it. I don't know. I'm tired, but I'm still drunk, so I should finish the water and give myself some aspirin in time first, or I'm gonna regret tomorrow.
They do move in herds.
So goes the way of the carbon-based life form, y'all.
Let's just pretend these are evil plants, okay? I've killed so many plants. I feel like an oil company. It could be worse. I could be drowning puppies or something.
Not bad, but could do better. A lot better.
I feel like an eco-terrorist. Haven't gotten a new weapon in a while. Maybe I should visit Two Hat Jack.
Let's do that. Close out the evening by killing a bunch of shit because I'm kind of frustrated and drunk and angry right now. Bum, 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 bum. bomb. Okay. Enough of that bullshit.
Day without killing and looting.
Walter would be proud of you.
Oh, thanks, Floyd.
Now go set some traps.
With the main entrance there, okay. That. Close, yep. Okay, so 1, 2. Wait. 1, 2. Three and 4 inner walls. Way to use up all that energy, yeah?
Walter would be proud of you.
I'm sure he would, buddy. Cheers. Yeah. Ooh, so I can get explosions even from those. Okay, cool. What the fuck is under? Oh, you son of a bitch. Burn everything! It's a gold for nobody out there. Okay. Let's go there. Get the phone.
What Two-Hat Jack has for me. Probably something useful.
I got the challenge and I'm going the fuck to bed. We're trying to, we'll see. Bounce on the Bronto? Can I grind on the Bronto? I want to do something with a Bronto! Give me a fucking... Yes, ride the dinosaur! Okay, I'm happy now. What do we got? Storm of Forgothian Steel and Scribe, where the crossroads of fate, Sunset City Park, when 3 ticks before the moon on the pale summer's genesis, July 12th, 5 p.m. Hear ye, all citizens of Fargothia are bespoken to attend the great Storm of Fargothian Steel and Scribe. The nightmare magic and agrarian-based economy determines our fates. Any Fargothian spied at the evil Fizco's overchargeth release romp will be personally unfriended by King Ignatius. So, don't be a tulip. Fargothians know what's up.
The deadly boomerang. Isn't that redundant?
Jesus. Fuck.
I got plenty of cash. I should buy a new weapon.
First, the weapon challenge is not too bad, but now... Much better than last time, but still lackluster. fuck that.
Murder things!
Get a bit closer.
Not much better. God damn it. This weapon fucking blows. my god, I just want to finish this and go the fuck to sleep. Ah! I'm fucking tired. I can't focus. That's it. That's it. That's fucking it.
I got plenty of cash. I should buy a new weapon.
Let's do that. And then I'm going the fuck to sleep because I'm not satisfied having to take a half loss or something. Not to mention I need to give time for my I need to give time for my stomach to settle before I actually go the fuck to sleep. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a hell of a hangover tomorrow. Oh my goody goodness. Oh, this looks bad. Or the game will just fucking crash. That'll work too. I guess that's gonna be a way to call it a night. Holy fuck, the entire system just black screened. Absolutely nothing. No game saves. No stream logs. I can't even control delete. Like, straight up, the system just shit itself. We have a cursor. We have a cursor. I don't know even who's still here. Nobody was here. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going the fuck to sleep, so I'm gonna just kill the tower now. Turn off the monitors. If anybody's watching or listening, I'm sorry. It's dead. It's just fucking dead. Doesn't matter. Bye bye. Get yourself some rest. Hope you sleep well.